Hello, welcome. My name is Tracy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Australia. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to make these gorgeous little boxes. Now the box design is not mine. It is a fellow demonstrator from Scotland named Janice Thompson. Thank you, Janice. This is an absolutely gorgeous little box. And I'm actually making these as table gifts for fellow demonstrators that are attending on stage in Auckland this year in April. So I'm excited to give these to some new friends. That is the best thing about on stage, is meeting new people, like-minded people. So for these boxes, what we actually have used is Pineapple Punch ink, the Pineapple Punch grosgrain ribbon. I've used the Woodwords stamp set, which is the Hello Friend. Now the actual kit is quite a small kit. We have a piece of Whisper White cardstock and a piece of the Happiness Blooms Designer Series paper, which is so bright and fun. So all the measurements and supplies can be found over my blog, and that's in the description of this video. There's also a link to my online store where you can purchase all your Stampin' Up supplies if you live in Australia. If you are placing an order, please use that hostess code for the month and I'll send you out a free gift. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in the Stampin' trimmer, because we're going to do some scoring on this piece. So on the 8-inch side, we're going to score first at the 2.5-inch mark. We're going to go to the 3 3/4-inch mark, 6 1/4-inch mark, and then 7.5. So let's just open that up. Oh, I've been out of focus, sorry. And then we're going to the 7.5-inch mark as well. We're going to turn to the 3 3/4 side, and we're going to score at 1 1/4. So now I'm going through these pretty fast, but they're over on my blog, so just go over and check that out. And the next one is 2.5. So what I want to show you first off is it's a little tiny rectangle. That's like our tab on this side. I'm going to turn it around this way. And then I'm going to mark at 5/8 of an inch, and we're going to score on that first long rectangle and then the second long rectangle, and then in between you've got little tabs. Okay, so let's 5/8 of an inch, and I'm going to score down to that first score line, and I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to find my next score line, which is just there. And I'm going to score down that second large rectangle, and that's what we're left with. I don't know how well that's going to show up, so you can see that score line just here. We're finished with this trimmer. I'm going to fold and score on all of those lines, except for those two little ones that we did on those large rectangles. You don't want to fold down on that one. Now you can use your bone folder if you want. I find Designer Series paper to be a little fragile sometimes, so I just rather use my fingers. Okay, so those ones that we did little score lines are up the top here. So down the bottom we're going to cut up to that first score line on each one. So let's do that. And I know this paper's probably a little hard to see, sorry about that. And then what we're going to do on these little ones, so these two here, we're going to take a little notch out of each one because they're going to be our tabs. So let's just take a little notch out of each side. Same for this one here, and this is the bottom of our box that we're doing first. Okay, so you can see our notches. Then what we're going to do is we're going to turn it, so this is our little rectangles down below here. That middle one we're going to notch up to the middle, and that's cutting off that corner. Notching up to the other one, and let's cut that one completely off as well. So we're left with that little tab, and that's what we're going to join our box together with. Okay, so now we're down to this other side where we have our score lines in here. where our score lines are, so those two here, we're going to cut that second rectangle off. So let's do that now. Okay, so that's that one. And we're going to cut up each of these 4 lines, which I probably should have done before I said to cut up that rectangle. So let's cut up all those 4 score lines. Okay, and now we can cut off this second score line that we did. I hope this is making sense. I'll pop it down in a minute and I'll show you a little bit closer. Okay, so that's what we're left with. This is the bottom of the box, this is our top of our box, and these two here with the tab, that's our top of our box. So all these 4, we've got our notched pieces down here, but these ones have been cut down. So our taller of the tabs, what we're going to do is bring in the everyday label punch, and what we're going to do, these 2 tabs on the top of our box, I'm just going to place that in, centering it up, and I'm cutting it off so it gives that nice little decorative edge there. Let's pop these ones down a little bit so it goes in a little bit easier. We're going to feed that inside that punch again, centering it in the middle like that, punching it down, and then we have those 2 ends that have that gorgeous little decorative edge. Now the other thing that I forgot to tell you, so not only did I forget to tell you the everyday label punch is what we're using, I'm also just using a hole punch. So this is not a Stampin' Up one, but I'm just going to place a little hole in the middle of that punched piece. And that's what our ribbon's going to go into. And there our box is ready to go. So let's pop some glue on our tab. That's going to ooze out everywhere, that's way too much. Lining our score lines up. And pressing down. Then our bottom of our box, we're just going to pop some glue on our bigger tabs. I find it easy if we sort of fold it back slightly. Let's pop some glue down. Folding down to make our box. How bright and fun are these colours in this designer series paper. So I'm also going to push down from the inside. And what actually happens is we're going to fold these 2 flaps down, and these 2 are going to come together, and we're going to loop our ribbon through. So let's bring that little piece of Whisper White cardstock in, and I have the stamp ready to go, and I'm going to stamp up with the Pineapple Punch. So glad I checked that. That actually had Calypso Coral on my stamp, so that was good. I didn't put Calypso Coral into my Pineapple Punch ink pad. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp down on that slight piece. How cute is that? I'm going to bring that punch back in again and create a hole for the ribbon on one end. And then on the other end, I'm just going to do a banner punch, a banner end. Simple like that. Now this is really nice thin ribbon, which is perfect for this. And I'm just going to feed this in through both sides. I haven't decided what I'm going to put inside yet. I'm thinking maybe fantails. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to do a little knot there. I'm going to loop the ribbon inside. I'm just going to tie a knot. So just like that. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. Just a little note too, you can actually make 4 of these out of one 12 by 12 piece of card or designer series paper, so which I think is quite good. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to leave a comment. All the measurements and supplies can be found over my blog, and I would love it if you hit subscribe. Okay, until next time, enjoy your day. I'll see you all soon. Bye.